Alright, now that I got your attention with that quick intro, I'm going to give you guys everything you need to know regarding the booty pirate himself so you can go about doing this damage, if not more. We're going to break down my Brant build, his echoes, teammates, skills, and everything else you need to know about this character, so let's hop right in. Now, talking about Captain Brant Swallows, I gotta be honest, this character does it all. He's going to cook for you, wash for you, take you out, eat your girl, eat your man. He gonna shield, he gonna heal, he gonna support, he gonna buff, and he's gonna do damage. He really is a jack of all trades, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta be honest, this character is one of the best all-around units in the game. Now, when we're looking at his stats, you're going to want to go for the following. Energy regen is his bread and butter. After this, crit rate, crit damage is obvious when it comes to a character like this. You're going to want normal attack as well, and flat attack and attack percentage. Those are going to be the main things you're going to want to look for on this character to really maximize what he brings to the table. Overall, like I was telling you guys, he's a character that could fit almost any role. You could use him as a healer, shielder, you could use him as a buffer, you could use him as a sub DPS, and in some cases you can even use him as a main DPS. Now, when it comes to his weapons, there's a lot of options. Obviously, his signature is going to be his best in slot. Not only because it gives you an insane amount of energy regen, but its ability is also really good. Laughter Prevails increases crit rate by 8%. Casting Resonance Liberation gives 24% basic damage bonus for 10 seconds. Dealing basic damage gives 24% basic attack damage bonus for 4 seconds. So, we're getting a gigantic basic attack damage bonus from his weapon, as well as the crit rate, as well as that insane energy regen, ladies and gentlemen. So this is flat out his best weapon. But if you decide to skip his weapon, don't sweat it. I know a lot of people seem to think that if you don't get his weapon, it's the end of the world. But no, there are other weapons. You can go ahead and use Overture, EOG, and Red Spring. Now, Overture is more for a support build as opposed to the other two. And if you decide to run any of these swords that I just mentioned, apart from his signature, of course, it might be good to try the Molten Rift set. Now, with that said, let's move on over to his echoes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, his best in slot echo set is going to be the Tide Breaking set. Now, this is flat out the best for him, but some people, like I've mentioned, have ran the Molten Rift set, especially if they're not using his signature weapon, and they're still able to deal some pretty good damage and do a lot with Brant. Now, when it comes to his stats, it's pretty much as I was mentioning earlier. I'm going to show you my personal echoes so you guys have a general idea of what to look for. Now, I am running a crit forecast. Now, the reason I'm running a crit forecast is because you get crit from his forte and you also get crit from his weapon. If you don't have his weapon and you're missing out on that 8% extra crit, maybe going for crit rate might be a little bit better, but crit damage is what I went for. And as you can see, basic attack damage bonus, crit damage, crit rate, energy regen is what I was really lucky to get here. And we did get Resonance Liberation. I wish it was like attack, but it is what it is. Now, for the 3 cost, you are going to want to run 2 energy regen pieces to really maximize his entire kit. I did get crit damage, crit rate, energy regen, and we did get a defense percentage and another liberation damage bonus, which, once again, I wish they were better, but hey, I'm not going to complain. For our other 3 costs, we also have an energy regen 3 cost, but I do want to point one very important thing out. I do have a 3 cost fusion piece right here that I do mix and match, because you can also run a fusion 3 cost and 1 energy regen 3 cost. It really depends on what you're building with the character, what weapon you're using and all that good stuff. He is very flexible. The one that I'm using currently has energy regen, crit rate, crit damage, and it does have a flat HP and heavy attack damage bonus. So it's not the greatest piece, but it's still pretty good. It gets the job done with that energy regen and the crit stats. Now, for the 1 cost, obviously attack percentage is what you're going to look for. crit rate, crit damage, attack once again. So this is a pretty decent piece. It did get very high crit rate, very high crit damage, and very high attack, so I'm happy with it. Wish I could change that HP, but it is what it is. And for our last piece, we have crit rate, energy regen, and crit damage. It does have defense and HP, but it's still a very solid piece. So as you guys can see right here, the pieces are pretty damn good. But what I want to tell you when I show you guys a piece like this with the fusion damage is that Brant is very flexible. You can go ahead and swap this right here. I swapped it for the wrong thing. Hold on, give me a second. All right, there we go. We can go right here and swap this over for, let's say, this, right? And then you can go over and you'll still be very damn good with Brant. I'm still over 250 energy regen. We still have over 60 crit rate, still over 270 pretty much crit damage, and he's going to be hitting a lot harder. He's a very versatile unit when it comes to his builds, and you don't necessarily have to hit the 280 mark with energy regen. You don't necessarily have to have his weapon for him to do insane damage. When it comes to his forte, I gotta be honest with you guys. The most important thing is going to be his forte circuit. This is the #1 thing you want to level up. It's very good. It pretty much revolves around his entire kit. After this, me personally, I went around and leveled up his normal attack. Now, you can argue that you can go for Resonance Liberation first, but personally, I like going for Forte Circuit and normal attack. I think that has the most value when it comes to this particular character. I think it pretty much revolves, once again, around his whole kit. Basic attack gets buffed, all that good stuff. And then after that, I go for Resonance Liberation. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I really don't think you even have to buff his resonance skill or intro skill that much. You can probably leave it at, like, I don't know, 5, 7, 8, and you'll be good to go. After this, obviously, you want to get his inherent skills. It just makes his playstyle and his build just a lot better. It's really damn nice. And that's really it. And just to show you guys, I have no dupes on my Brant whatsoever. And I do think that Brant is a character that offers so much when it comes to his actual playstyle and what he brings to the table as a unit. Now, a lot of people want to know, who can you play Brant with? For teammates, you have loads of options, be it that you're using him as a main DPS or a sub DPS / support. But given his kit, he works best with Shang Li. Other units can run with him as well, like Verena, Shorekeeper. You know those two work with pretty much everybody. Then you have characters like Sanhua, Jinshi, Carlotta, and quite a few others. Overall, he is a character that works extremely well with multiple characters. His quick swap rotations with Shang Li are insanely fun, but the fact that he could work as a sub DPS, a healer and support, or a main DPS, it's actually insane when it comes to this unit. I've been having a great time with him, and overall, that's pretty much everything I have to say regarding this character. I hope you've enjoyed this build. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below, how's your Brant looking? What's your stats looking like? Your energy regen, all that good stuff. And be sure to tune on to the live streams. We will be giving out Lunite subscriptions and Battle Pass. For now, if you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.